When it comes to performance cars, most people think you have to spend big to go fast, but hidden among used cars are a few gems, machines that deliver serious performance without draining your wallet. These are the cars that enthusiasts know about but most buyers overlook. In this video, I'll break down 5 of the fastest cars you can buy right now for under $10,000. Let's get into it. Starting off the list is one of the most slept-on German sedans, the Audi S4. Turbocharged, all-wheel drive, and packed with tuning potential, it's basically a luxury car that doubles as a street sleeper. The 4th-gen Audi S4. If you've got under 10K and a mild addiction to speed, luxury, and German over-engineering, the 4th-gen Audi S4 might be calling your name. Produced from 2009 to 2016, this thing isn't just an all-wheel drive sedan. It's a sleeper with a supercharger. Under the hood, you're getting a 3.0-liter supercharged V6, pushing 333 horsepower and 325 foot-pounds of torque. It's smooth, quick, and when paired with Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system, it sticks to the road like no other. Rain, snow, or dry pavement, doesn't matter. The S4 just goes. Transmission options include a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed dual-clutch auto. The manual keeps things fun and engaging, but the DSG is lightning quick if you're into that paddle-shifting life. Either way, it hits 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds, which is absurd for a car that looks like a dentist's daily driver. Inside, it's peak Audi, clean design, solid materials, and just the right amount of tech. Bolstered seats, flat-bottom steering wheel, and enough buttons to keep you entertained but not confused. It feels premium, even if you're picking one up on a budget. Now, let's talk about reliability. Maintenance is not cheap. Timing chain issues can show up if previous owners didn't keep up with service. And trust me, Audi doesn't sell cheap problems. But if you find one with good service records, or you're willing to learn your way around a wrench, you're in for a seriously fun ride. This isn't your typical beater with all-wheel drive. It's fast, refined, and surprisingly practical. 4 doors, a decent trunk, and enough comfort to daily without hating your life. It walks that line between performance and practicality better than most. For under 10K, the 4th-gen S4 gives you all-weather performance, a touch of luxury, and a supercharged heart that wants to play. Just don't skip your oil changes, and maybe set a little cash aside for when the check engine light decides to party. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. Now this next one will surprise you. The Ford Taurus SHO. They are family sedans that can take on much more expensive cars at the stoplight, and they do it in complete stealth mode. The Taurus SHO, which stands for Super High Output, carried the torch for unsuspecting performance, the kind of go-fast attitude you'd expect in a Mustang GT, but hiding beneath the badge of a full-sized family hauler. This wasn't the SHO's first dance, though. The original Taurus SHO made waves in the late 80s and 90s as a Yamaha-engined V6 oddball with a cult following. But the 2010 to 2019 generation brought things into the modern era. More power, more tech, more luxury, and a mean look. The 4th-generation Taurus SHO rode on the Ford D3 platform, the same one used for the standard Taurus and the Ford Police Interceptor sedan. That's right, this thing shares its underpinnings with what is essentially the most feared sight in your rearview mirror. It blends right in. The average person might glance at it and assume it's just another boring commuter car. But car people know. Oh, they know. Let's start with the heart, because that's what this car's really about. Underneath the hood lies a 3.5-liter twin turbocharged EcoBoost V6. We're talking 365 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 350 foot-pounds of torque that kicks in down low at 1,500 RPM and stays with you almost all the way to redline at 5,200 RPM. That's not just respectable, that's spicy. That's enough torque to make sure you never lose the stoplight Grand Prix to some guy in a stock BRZ. That low-end grunt gives the SHO real-world usability too. Mated to that engine is the 6-speed 6F55 select shift automatic transmission. It might not be a dual clutch or the fanciest gearbox ever made, but it does its job. Shifts smoothly when you want comfort and quickly enough when you've got your foot to the floor. Throw in Ford's torque vectoring all-wheel drive system, and now you've got grip for days. Rain, snow, uneven pavement, doesn't matter. The SHO hooks up and goes. While front bias by default, it can send up to 50% of power to the rear wheels when needed. That makes for confident launches and sharp corner exits, whether you're on a back road or just trying to beat the yellow light downtown. Handling? Well, let's talk about it. At nearly 4,400 pounds, the SHO isn't light, but thanks to the SR1 suspension setup, McPherson struts in the front and a multi-link arrangement out back, fact, it handles way better than it has any right to. It's big, it's heavy, but somehow it dances. Is it a corner carver like a Miata? Of course not. But for a full-size all-wheel drive sedan, it's shockingly composed. It handles on-ramps, twisty roads, and evasive maneuvers with a sense of stability and grace that defies its size. Now here's where it gets really fun. The Taurus SHO was never just about factory specs. This thing has always been a tuner's dream. If you know your way around an engine bay or have a trustworthy shop, you can turn this mild-mannered sedan into a genuine monster with just a few bolt-ons and a tune. Start with a 3-bar map sensor, throw in a custom tune, add a cold air intake, re-gap the spark plugs to handle the increased boost, and install a 170-degree thermostat to keep things cool. Boom! You're knocking on the door of well over 400 horsepower. Some builds even push well beyond that, all without touching the turbos or internals. That's insane value. That's the SHO's secret weapon. Easy power. Massive gains. Next up is a true 90s hero, the Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX. With turbo power, all-wheel drive, and tuner-friendly DNA, the GSX was basically Mitsubishi's smaller EVO for the streets. Into 90s nostalgia and want an all-wheel drive coupe that's got turbocharged attitude without turbocharged pricing? The second-gen Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX deserves your attention. Built from 1995 to 1999, this version of the Eclipse was the one you saw in tuning magazines, video games, and yes, Fast and Furious. But don't let the movie hype fool you. This car's got real potential. The GSX trim is where the magic happens. It came with a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4, known as the Ford G63T. If that engine name sounds familiar, it's because it's the same one found in early Mitsubishi Lancer Evolutions. Stock output was around 210 horsepower and 214 foot-pounds of torque. But this engine loves mods and can handle a lot of them. More importantly, the GSX comes with all-wheel drive. Mitsubishi's all-wheel drive system isn't just there for snow days. It gives this car legit grip in corners, especially when pushing it hard. This is one of the few cars under 10K that offers that tuner-friendly all-wheel drive turbo combo that's becoming harder to find. The 5-speed manual is the transmission you want. Automatics were available, but if you're here for performance, the manual is the move. The GSX isn't the lightest thing, but the all-wheel drive traction makes up for it in launches and stability. It's not a track weapon out of the box, but it's fun, fast, and full of potential. Interior? It's 90s, basic, plasticky, but weirdly charming. It's not a luxury car, and it doesn't try to be. What you're getting is a raw, analog driving experience that's getting rare these days. Plus, it's weirdly practical if you ever need to haul a set of wheels or a questionable Craigslist couch. The catch? These cars are old, and finding a clean, untouched GSX is tough. A lot of them have lived hard lives, full of boost spikes and questionable wiring. But if you find a good one, or you're willing to wrench, it's a seriously underrated platform. The second-gen Eclipse GSX is for people who want to drive, tinker, and maybe go a little sideways in the snow. It's a turbo, all-wheel drive legend hiding in plain sight. Coming in next, the Hyundai Genesis BK2 Coupe. Rear-wheel drive, V6, and sharp handling made this Hyundai a legitimate rival to cars like the Mustang and 370Z. All that performance wrapped in a stylish coupe body can still be had under 10 grand. This isn't just another sporty-looking car. It's Hyundai's rear-wheel drive, turbocharged V6-powered answer to everyone who doubted they could build a true sports car. And boy, did they go all out. The Hyundai Genesis Coupe first hit the streets in Korea on October 13, 2008. America got it a few months later in early 2009 as a 2010 model. This wasn't some recycled Econobox with a body kit. Hyundai built it from the ground up, sharing a platform with their Genesis luxury sedan, but giving it way more attitude. It was their first real shot at a rear-wheel drive sports coupe aimed squarely at the likes of the Mustang, the 370Z, and the RX-8. What made it special? It was affordable, it was fun, and it didn't look half bad doing it. Under the hood of the Genesis Coupe, you had two main engine choices, each offering a unique driving experience. First up is the 2.0T, a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that provided around 210 horsepower in its stock form. While that figure might seem modest compared to some of its competitors, it's important to consider the car's curb weight of about 3,300 pounds. With the turbocharger in play, the 2.0T packs a solid punch, offering a surprisingly quick and responsive drive. The turbocharged engine delivers torque right where you need it, with around 223 pound-feet of torque, making it feel lively off the line and through the gears. It's the kind of engine that, when tuned, can easily outperform many of its rivals without costing an arm and a leg. For those looking for an affordable sports car that offers a fun, daily drivable powertrain, the 2.0T is a great choice, especially with its tuning potential. Then there's the 3.8-liter V6, the more powerful engine option for those who wanted to unleash some serious horsepower. In the early models, the 3.8-liter V6 cranked out 306 horsepower, which was a healthy upgrade over the 2.0T, and gave the car a more aggressive, refined performance. After the 2013 facelift, this engine was boosted to 348 horsepower, making it a more formidable presence on the road. The V6 also delivers an impressive 295 pound-feet of torque, providing a much meatier and more visceral driving experience, especially at lower RPMs. The additional power of the 3.8 gives the Genesis Coupe a real sense of muscle, and it's especially enjoyable for those who crave a deeper, more satisfying engine note and a bit more outright speed. If you're willing to spend a bit more for performance, whether cruising on highways or tearing up twisty roads, the 3.8-liter V6 doesn't disappoint. Now, if you're the type who thinks stock is synonymous with boring, the Genesis Coupe is essentially your playground. The 2.0T models are screaming for a bigger turbo and a proper tune, and once you install those, you're in for a completely transformed beast. Just make sure to reinforce the internals unless you're out into explosive surprises under your hood. This car thrives on upgrades, coilovers, exhaust systems, tunes, you name it. It soaks up mods like a dry sponge, making it easy to dial in more performance without emptying your bank account. With the right setup, you can easily push well over 400 horsepower, and the best part? You don't need to destroy your wallet to make it happen. The Genesis Coupe is a true enthusiast dream, capable of competing with far more expensive cars once you've added your personal touch. Now driving a Genesis Coupe is a wild experience. It's raw, energetic, and just a little bit reckless. The steering's sharp, the rear end always ready to step out if you want it to, or even if you don't, and the manual gearbox feels mechanical in a good way. The ride? Not exactly Rolls-Royce smooth, but hey, that's not what you're here for. Whether you're tearing up a back road or just trying to make it to work on time, it's always egging you on to push just a little harder. Finally, at number 1, we've got a luxury missile, the Jaguar XKR. Under the hood is a supercharged V8 that turns this Grand Tourer into a straight-line monster. It's elegant, it's fast, and when maintained properly, it's one of the most exciting cars you can get near the $10,000 mark. The Jaguar XKR debuted in 1998 as a more powerful, more exciting version of the XK8. Now, if you're wondering what the XK8 is, it's basically the successor to the legendary XJS, Jaguar's Grand Tourer of the 70s and 80s. The XK8 had already been around for a few years, but in the 90s, Jaguar wanted to up the ante, responding to demand for more horsepower and that classic British flair. Enter the XKR with its supercharged V8 engine, sporty styling, and enhanced driving dynamics, setting the stage for an unforgettable driving experience. When it first hit the roads, the XKR was met with excitement. Jaguar had found a way to combine luxury with performance in a car that could both cruise the highways in supreme comfort and take on winding country roads with surprising agility. The supercharged V8 engine offered a level of performance that was unrivaled by its contemporaries in the Grand Tourer segment. Now, before we get into the juicy details of the car's engineering and performance, let's talk design because in a car like the XKR, style and elegance play a huge role in its appeal. Let's kick things off with the exterior, because when you're in a car like the XKR, you need to be seen. The 1998 to 2002 models came with some really eye-catching features. The most noticeable? That gorgeous metallic mesh front grille, which, let's be real, is straight-up E-Type inspired. If you've ever seen an E-Type, you'll know exactly what I mean. This car has that instant visual connection with one of the most beautiful cars Jaguar ever made. The grille is bold, distinctive, and stands out in a way that's both assertive and sophisticated. And of course, there are hood vents. They're not just for show, they help keep that supercharged engine cool, especially when you're pushing the car a bit harder. Plus, the red Jaguar supercharged badge, they know what it means. This car's not messing around. This isn't just a Jaguar, it's a Jaguar that's been turned up a notch. Then you've got the 17-inch 5 double-spoke alloy wheels. These wheels not only look sharp but are also lightweight, adding to the car's agility and overall performance. If you're feeling really fancy, you could opt for the 18-inch version, which adds even more visual drama to the already striking design. Subtle rear lip spoilers add a touch of downforce, but nothing too crazy. Just enough to make sure you don't feel like you're driving a sofa on wheels. When we get to the 2002 to 2006 facelift, things get even better. The front bumper gets a new design with larger fog lamps and a beefier air intake. The rear end gets a wider stance thanks to new side sills and bigger tires. And let's not forget about the larger trunk spoiler, It's there for downforce, but also makes the car look just that bit more aggressive. All in all, this facelift is a definite improvement over the already stunning original design, adding a bit more edge to the car's overall aesthetic. Alright, now we get to the good stuff. Under the hood. The XKR is powered by a 4.0-liter supercharged V8 that puts out 370 horsepower in the early models. That's right, this isn't just your average Grand Tourer, it's a supercharged beast that can easily keep up with some serious sports cars. The Eaton supercharger provides 11.9 psi of boost, and let me tell you, that means serious acceleration. With 370 horsepower at your disposal, you're able to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.0 seconds, which, for a car that's designed for comfort and cruising, is pretty damn impressive. There you have it. 5 fast cars under $10,000 that prove speed doesn't always come with a huge price tag. From JDM legends to luxury bruisers, these cars deliver performance and personality on a budget. Which one would you take home? Drop your choice in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more underrated car content. Catch you in the next one.